Dark Shadows number 60, BTR 31367, Air 32467, take one.
My name is Victoria Winters. Danger has passed Collinwood by, and it would seem for the moment that all is well. Yet something out of the past hovers over the immediate future.
Morning, Vicky.
Good morning, Mrs. Stoddard. You're up awfully early for someone who's just come home from the hospital.
Oh, well, there's no need for me to act like an invalid. I feel much stronger and ready to resume my normal activities.
Well, Joe brought the ledgers. The accountants brought them up to date.
Good.
Try not to sit up too long.
That's what the doctor... You sound like the doctor.
Well, that's what he told me to tell you.
About last night. You remember your promise?
Yes, of course I do.
I don't want anyone to know what I was doing down in the basement last night.
Mrs. Stoddard, I don't know what you were doing in the basement. I only know you were there. And when you saw me, you looked frightened. Mrs. Stoddard, I don't understand. Why should you be frightened of me?
I wasn't frightened. I was just startled to find anyone in the basement at that hour of night.
But even after you knew it was me, you acted strangely.
I'd only just gotten home from the hospital yesterday.
Mrs. Stoddard, it wasn't weakness I saw in your eyes. It was fear.
Vicky, please don't question me.
I'm sorry.
I'd like to have the subject dropped, forgotten, not mentioned to anyone. Will you do that for me, Vicky?
All right, I won't talk about it anymore.
Promise?
That's Carolyn. Yes, I do promise.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mother.
Good morning, darling.
How are you feeling?
Much better, thank you.
Good. Did you get David there in time?
Oh, just a few minutes late. Burke was waiting outside.
Did you bring all his fishing tackle?
Everything he owns. Burke had bought some live bait, and the last I saw of David, he was sitting there playing with it. At any rate, David will be out of everyone's hair, and the house will be nice and quiet for the rest of the day.
Well, I have a lot of work to do. I could do with some quiet.
Well, I guess that leaves me with the day off. I'd like to go into town.
I think I'll take a nap.
You tired, dear?
A little. You did wake me several times last night.
I did. How?
I heard you prowling around.
You heard me?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's impossible.
What do you mean?
Well, I didn't get out of my bed last night.
Mother, I heard your door open and close several times during the night.
You must be mistaken.
No, your door has a very distinctive creak. And so do some of the floorboards in the hall in front of it.
Oh, I know what you must have heard. You heard Vicky.
Vicky?
Yes. Vicky came into my room once or twice last night to see how I was. Didn't you, Vicky?
Yes, I did.
I was sure I heard you.
You must have been dreaming.
It didn't seem like a dream.
Well, it was because I didn't get out of my bed. Vicky knows that. Because she saw me there. Vicky, tell Carolyn that I never left my room. Vicky.
Yes, Carolyn, she was in bed.
Oh, I must be more tired than I thought I was. I'll take it easy for the rest of the day. See you later.
Thank you. But it was necessary.
Why?
Vicky, please trust me. Please.
Hello again.
Hi,
Remember me? The other night at the Dead Whale.
the blue whale.
Well, it looked pretty dead to me.
Of course I remember you.
Well, one could get rich working in a place like this.
The only thing rich around here is the food. In fact, people come from miles around just to ruin their diets.
All right to sit here?
The counter's a little damp.
Ah, well, there's nothing like a freshly swabbed deck.
Bill of fare?
Ah, no, thank you. I think we'll begin the first course with a cup of coffee.
A cup of coffee? Sounds like the main course to me. There you are. And it's hot.
Thank you. Oh, could I trouble you, please, for a small piece of lemon peel?
Lemon peel? The blue whale's down that way.
For the coffee. I spent some time in Italy, and I just developed a taste for coffee with lemon peel.
Oh. There you are.
Thank you. Didn't mean to put you to all that trouble.
Well, it's no trouble at all. I just put it all under the heading of experience.
I'm afraid that my years of traveling have left me with some rather exotic habits.
Don't apologize. I like to see somebody do something different. So, you've been traveling at sea a lot.
Do I have seaweed all over me?
This is a seagoing town. It's easy to spot an old salt.
An old salt. Don't be afraid to call me an old salt, because that's what I am.
Oh, you're not that old. Unless you've discovered the key to eternal youth.
Well, merci, mademoiselle. I'll admit that I went searching for it, but I never found it. Perhaps the sea preserved me somewhat, but I feel as if I've been around for an awfully long time.
And your travels have brought you to Collinsport, Maine.
Exactly.
Passing through? I mean, that's what most people do here. They just pass through.
Passing through. Stopping off. That's just about it.
Are you looking for work?
Work? No. No, I'm not looking for that.
Oh, I thought if you were looking for work, there are a lot of boats that put in here.
Oh, the only boats that put in here are fishing boats. They're not my speed.
Oh, what is your speed?
Well, do I look like an ordinary seaman?
You don't look like anything ordinary.
Well, that's nice to hear. No, I'm a first officer. I've been first officer on more big ships than I care to remember.
You didn't look like the kayak type.
And I've sailed every ocean and every sea. I give you $100 if you can name any port in this world that I haven't put into.
Collinsport, Maine.
I owe you 100. So you can see, I'm not looking for a berth in one of these sardine scows.
Well, what are you looking for? I mean, if I'm not being too nosy.
Who knows? Maybe what every sailor is looking for. A safe harbor and a storm. Well, maybe I'm not looking for anything.
Most people are.
Well, now I could be the exception.
No. You seem too intelligent not to be looking for something important.
You do great things for a man's ego. You're a charmer. I might even go for another cup of coffee.
Oh, don't sacrifice yourself.
No, you make a marvelous cup.
Oh, now don't you say that. Or I won't trust your judgment at all.
Oh, I'm telling you, I have had coffee in the land of the coffee bean. I have hauled hundreds of thousands of tons of coffee from Brazil. I could have been a professional coffee taster. I know everything there is to know about coffee.
Such as?
Such as, the average coffee tree produces enough berries to make 1 pound of roasted coffee.
Really?
Really.
Why, I never knew that.
Of course you never knew that. I don't know if it's true or not, but somebody told me that once.
Oh, hi, Vicky. Hello, Maggie. Excuse me.
Sure.
How are you doing today?
I'm fine. I have the day off. Burke's taken David fishing, so everything's pretty quiet.
For a change.
Yes. You know Mrs. Stoddard's back.
Yes, I heard. How is she?
She's up and around just as though she'd never even been in a hospital.
Oh,
Excuse me. Did I hear you say Mrs. Stoddard? I'm sorry. I couldn't help overhearing you mention Mrs. Stoddard.
Yes.
And you said something about a hospital. She's not ill, is she?
She's just returned from the hospital, but she's recovering very nicely.
Oh, good, good. Nothing serious, I hope?
Well, it was, but the danger's passed.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. She's such a wonderful woman.
Yes, she is. Do you know her?
Do you work for her?
Yes, I do.
And what do you do, if I might inquire?
Governess, companion, tutor.
Oh, you're a busy girl. Tutor?
For David. David Collins.
Oh, let's see now. Which one would he be?
Roger's son.
Oh, yes, of course, Roger. Mrs. Stoddard's brother.
That's right.
And Mrs. Stoddard, she had a child.
Carolyn.
Yes, of course. And they all live together up there in that big house.
Why do you ask?
Well, you might call it curiosity.
I think I will. Do you know Mrs. Stoddard?
Well, years ago. Or was it yesterday? You know how elusive time is. What about Mr. Stoddard? Paul Stoddard.
Paul Stoddard?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say something wrong?
No.
Well, your reaction was quite strong.
Well, it's just that no one ever mentions his name, and least of all a stranger.
Huh? Well, then, if no one ever mentions his name, can I take that to mean that he isn't around?
Paul Stoddard went away 18 years ago.
Oh, what do you mean, went away?
Exactly that.
Has no one ever heard from him?
Not that I know of. Did you know him?
Slightly.
Well, you haven't by any chance seen him in these past years?
Has no one ever even tried to trace him?
No, I don't think so.
Well, for all we know, then he might be dead.
Yes, I suppose he might.
Interesting. Well, thank you very much. I've enjoyed our conversation.
You're quite welcome.
And thank you for your excellent cuisine.
Oh, nobody's ever called my coffee cuisine. They've called a lot of other things, though.
Keep the lemon peels handy. I'll be seeing you again soon.
Will you?
Absolutely.
Who was that?
I don't really know. We met him the other night at the Blue Whale. He seems like a nice person.
Yes. Do you know anything about him?
Well, no, not really. He's been at sea for a long time, and he's passing through town. He won't say where he's going.
He seemed to know all about the Collinses, even about Paul Stoddard. Maggie, he was asking so many questions. It was strange the way he was asking questions.
Oh, I don't know. He knew the family. He just wants to know how they are.
No, it wasn't so much how they are as where they are.
There's nothing wrong with that, is there?
I hope not.
Yes.
Is Mrs. Stoddard in?
Yes, she is.
I'd like to see her.
I don't think she's seeing anyone. She's just back from the hospital.
Oh, yes, I know. I was terribly upset when I heard about it.
I'm sorry, but I don't think I know you.
No, of course you wouldn't. I couldn't expect you to. But I know you.
Do you?
You're Carolyn, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Oh, you make me feel terribly old.
Do I?
We're letting all the cold air in.
Oh,
You'll catch cold.
yes. Come in.
Of course, I wouldn't have recognized you if I met you on the street. except for certain family resemblances.
Where do you know me from?
Right here, when you were that big.
Who are you?
The place hasn't changed a bit, not in all these years. Amazing. Where is your mother?
She's upstairs resting.
Oh, she'll be down soon, I trust.
Yes, she will.
Good. I'll wait inside.
But who are you?
Ah, this room. One of my favorites. Not a stick of furniture has been changed.
I really must insist upon knowing who you are.
Obviously, a very, very old acquaintance.
Yes, I gathered that much.
Ah, this sofa. Always very comfortable spot. Ah, I could sit here all day.
Do you intend to?
Who knows?
Come on. Tell me your name.
No.
Why not?
Are you trying to spoil the surprise?
What surprise?
The surprise your mother will get when she sees me.
Oh, it's been a long time then.
Ah, yes. Longer than I care to admit.
Well then, old acquaintance.
Don't call me old.
Oh, you've called yourself that several times so far. If you won't tell me your name, will you tell me where you've been all those years you keep referring to?
I have been everywhere.
Hong Kong,
10 times.
Naples,
10 times.
Madagascar.
10 times.
You go everywhere 10 times.
No, only the places that I've liked 9 times before.
You follow the sea.
It's more like the sea follows me. Every time I turn around, it's behind me, catching me up on the outgoing tide.
The romance of the sea.
Yes, that's it, exactly.
It's in your blood, I suppose.
Oh, yes. Give me a few drinks and I do albatross imitations. Oh, it's good to be here. The place is so sturdy, solid. It's good to know that it won't roll this way and that way.
What are you doing in Cullensport?
Well, I came in on the Queen Mary. Now, didn't you hear all the whistles?
Oh, I wondered what all that racket was. But why are you here?
Well, some places are good for passing through, and this is one of them. And I thought it would be nice to see a friendly, familiar face.
Well, I'm awfully glad that you did.
Thank you. You're very nice, and every bit as beautiful as your mother.
Thank you. Whomever you are. Carolyn. Oh, that's Mother. I'll send her in.
Thank you.
How was your nap?
All right, thank you.
There's someone to see you. It's a surprise.
A surprise. Yes?
Hello, Liz.
Jason.
Dark Shadows is a Dan Curtis production.